In this video, we're going to look at how to undertake a case-based discussion using OneFile. It's possible to think of this whole process as a 5-stage process. The first stage, probably the most important, is that you prepare your case or cases. Now, if you're an STP trainee, the expectation is that when you undertake a case-based discussion, you submit 2 cases for possible discussion, and on the day of the discussion, your assessor will decide which of those cases to discuss. If you're an HSST trainee, you're likely simply to submit a single complex case for discussion. So step 1 is that you prepare your cases. Step 2 is where OneFile comes in. And you start the submission in OneFile by uploading the case and identifying which module the cases relate to in the case of STP. So let's just jump into OneFile and we'll walk through those steps. So we go to Submissions, we go Start a New Submission, and we select a case-based discussion as the method in this case. We need to give our case a title. I'm simply going to call it H&TR Hematology and Transfusion Case 1, and then we hit Start. And we then have to identify which particular module or standard this case-based discussion should be mapped to. So to do that, we hit the large plus button here. And in this case, which is an STP trainee's case, we navigate to the particular module in question, which is going to be Introduction to Hematology and Transfusion Science. And we can see that in order to complete this module, we have to complete at least 1 CBD. So that's what we're proposing to do here. So we select that from this screen, scroll to the bottom, and simply hit Save and Quit. And Save and Quit takes us to the next stage in the process. And here is where we will submit or attach our cases to submit to our assessor. We might want to add a little bit of narrative here. We might say, please can we discuss, etc., 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 one of the 2 attached cases. We'll then go to the attachments feature and add a couple of cases in here. Now these cases could already have been placed inside our evidence library, or we could attach them at this point in time. I don't have any of these cases in my attachment library, so I'm going to navigate to a folder where I do have them. And I'm going to select Case-Based Discussion 1 and Case-Based Discussion 2 and upload those 2 files into OneFile. I can give them a title if I want to. Case 1 and Case 2. Quickly save them into OneFile. And we can see that both of these documents are highlighted. And we'll attach the 2 highlighted documents. So now we're back in our submission page, and we've written a little bit of narrative to our assessor, and we've attached our 2 cases. And this is the point at which we sign off and submit those cases to our particular assessor. So we click on our signature here and we hit Save and Quit. If we just jump back into the presentation here, we've now gone through step 2 of the process. We've prepared the case and we've uploaded it to OneFile and we've submitted it to the particular assessor with whom we're going to have the case-based discussion. Moving on to step 3 now, we have to arrange for this case-based discussion to take place. And this is a step that happens outside of OneFile. We can use email, obviously, we can use calendar invites, but we set up the particular event, which, step 4, then needs to take place. So the case-based discussion will take place. And then moving to step 5, the ball is in the assessor's court. And the assessor will receive a notification, will already have received a notification that there is a submission in OneFile waiting for them to sign off. Let's jump back into OneFile. If we go into our progress view currently and select gap analysis and show all, this is the trainee view that we're looking at here. And if we just scroll down to that particular module, just collapse those and select Introduction to Hematology and Transfusion Science, we can see that the submission we made is currently showing as amber because it hasn't yet been reviewed by our assessor. What the assessor will do is they will log into OneFile, they will provide their feedback on the case-based discussion. They may choose to use the pro forma for feeding back on case-based discussions, which is in the resources folder in OneFile, but they will then decide whether this was an event which was conducted satisfactorily or unsatisfactorily. And if they sign it off as satisfactory, then the next time that you log into OneFile, this little box which is amber will have turned green. So those are the 5 steps via which you undertake a CBD using OneFile. You prepare your case, you submit those documents into OneFile, and you tell the assessor that you would like to have your case-based discussion about them. Step 3, you arrange for that to take place. Step 4, the case-based discussion does take place. And step 5, the ball is in the assessor's court. They log into OneFile, they provide feedback, they tell you whether they felt that your case-based discussion was satisfactory or unsatisfactory, and you will see in OneFile whether that was the case.